Step forward, and I will send you to your grave. Kakarot!
Yo, what's up, Super Saiyan?
My power is rising! It's overflowing!
Wagwan.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
I need help! You're a big help! I've arrived at last. Holy hell! Here comes the pain! Holy hell! You bastard!
Brother, I just revived one civilian, bro.
You found a power key. Go slot it. Great. You know what to do with that key.
Excellent. I owe you one. Flying Nimbus!
Come on, disconnected.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Perfect!
Thanks.
Excellent. Take
Flying
your
Nimbus!
time, please.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
That is goofy.
Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Great.
Come on.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
There, you're right there. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Stay calm.
Too close for comfort.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Damn. No one's gonna say the other guy?
Flying Nimbus! Holy hell.
I could be selling, but we need everyone, bro. If he gets to level 4, we need to get that transfer.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Get up!
Flying Nimbus!
Flying Nimbus!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Holy hell. Come on!
Yes. First win of the night. That solar flare came clutch.
Failed. So what? Do I not get my credits?
Diabolical attack now that even Kasura has to turn his attention to and tell Jiren not to go too far here. But the beaming light stemming from his fist would signal otherwise. I think it's time, he declares. This form of his, full power the end, would look to eliminate Gohan with this one final blow as he stands in the wake of unstoppable power right now. Gohan would learn from this encounter, however, and for the first time this battle, he's able to dodge one of Jiren's most lethal attacks. Gohan would duck under and then attempt to return a blow of his own. With everything he's learned and everything he has left, Gohan would throw his final punch at Jiren, only to have it easily dodged once again. But something was different this time around. Gohan would succumb to a light-speed counterattack by Jiren, who would also dodge the blow, but this time he would at least leave a scratch on his opponent. Gohan would finally collapse as Dispo and Kasuro easily finish up with their engagement.
Yeah, we won. I came clutch at the end.
Even though he
Go back and watch it. You'll see.
Defeated,
and what's up, Legend?
has made Jiren and the Pride Troopers proud this day. And although the power levels and experience throughout the multiverse
right now we're just waiting for the next match to start.
Today, in Toppo's own words, 2 years of preparation for gods who have been training for millions of years is by far too short. As we return to the galactic pillage by God of Destruction Amaran, Salaga, and Dula, as we saw previously, they continue to eliminate aggressive resistance as they make their way through the multiverse to the Grand Priest's palace. Amaran's chain attack, however, proves to be fatal to the old warrior he's battling in Universe 10, as he quickly takes him out with a single flurry of
no, I don't play Dragon Ball Legends.
It seems there
unfortunately.
is more to this battle, however, as Amaran tells Dula to break this silly illusion they're in. Oh, I see, Dula says.
And this game is
the spell begins to disappear.
It's a PS4 game, but you can play it on PS5 as well.
Behind a pillar, a young woman who seems to be the captain of the ship is hiding, and this dude.
It's on Nintendo Switch, Steam, and Xbox.
Ends rated E for everyone, I guess, when it comes to him. Looks like they used magic here too and tried to trap us in a spaceship with an illusion, Salaga explains. Let's get back on the road, Amaran says as they take their leave. They continue their travels through Universe 10 as Salaga mentions that it seems these beings knew they were coming and were already taking the lead. We should expect the same in Universe 6, he finishes, indicating that this seems to be their next stop. Hundreds of millennia have passed since we were wiped out, so don't imagine that Universe 6 is at the same stage as
what's up with you guys? What are you guys up to?
Do not let your guard down, Amaran commands. This is when they finally arrive at the portal to the next universe. The final stretch before reaching the Grand Priest's palace, as Dula comments. Over on planet Sadala, we can see Kaba and Caulifla sparring together in their Super Saiyan 2 forms, with Vegeta barking at his pupil to wisen up. The battle between these two Universe 6 Saiyans is as intense as we would expect it to be, with Kaba even showing a little bit of finesse here, swinging a ki blast around Caulifla and using it to create an opening to land a devastating blow. Kaba is showing amazing progress in my opinion, and it feels like his determination to live up to Vegeta and the King's expectations drive him to never give up. With his mentor in his corner cheering him on, Kaba would land another crushing kick on Caulifla.
Well, the game is made for PS4, and it gets a little like a patch
that heads straight
on the PS5, I guess,
no time
or
to
PS4 enhancement.
Dodge, pulls
so
Goku
it's not really a PS5 version. You're just playing it on the PS5 and getting a little bit more graphics, better graphics, but technically it's a PS4 game.
Able to get a grip on the attack, but Kaba surprisingly
it's like
don't
$20
stop there. His attack causes a
here in Canada.
Explosion,
I don't know how much it is for you, but it's not expensive.
As we take a look at
under
the
$30.
of 1 to 18.
If you can get it on sale, maybe on Steam
He
for
also
like
comments about
10
creating
bucks.
that last technique we just
On
witnessed,
PC?
dubbing it his own signature move. Khalifa
But if you're
finally
looking on
gets back to
PlayStation,
her
check
feet
Amazon.
after being toasted by that
Or just
attack,
buy it on,
honestly, and even
PlayStation-
she has
on
to
the
give it up to
PlayStation Network.
Kaba. That was one hell of an attack, she tells
Or
him with a
PlayStation
huge
Source, so.
smile and thumbs up. Come on, you've all made excellent progress in your individual training. Now, it's time to take it to the next level, Vegeta tells them. Next level? What do you mean by that, Kaba asks. But at this very moment, something strikes Vegeta to his core and puts him on the
It does look
highest
better
of
on
alerts.
PS5 than it does on
He
PS4.
immediately looks up to the
Like the
sky
graphics
towards
wise.
the monstrous key coming their way, with Amaran, Salaga, and
Because I've
Dula
seen this
taking
game on
notice of
PS4,
his key as well.
and I'm playing on PS5 and it does look
Vegeta
better on
immediately
PS5.
moves into action and heads to confront the threat, deeming this key equivalent to that of a god of destruction. All of a sudden, he stops in his tracks as there is a guarantee that they felt his key by now as well, so he turns around and warns Kaba. On board Amaran's cube, Salaga confirms that Amaran's estimation of Universe 6 being home to abnormally strong warriors seems to be true, as a number of massive energies are down on the planet in front of them. Let's go to the other side, Amaran says, as they slightly change course. Kaba, Vegeta screams. Go immediately and warn King Sadala to shelter all civilians, then bring him back here ASAP. Kaba begins to ask questions, but Vegeta commands him to not argue and do what he says immediately. Kaba takes off, and then Vegeta turns to Broly, warning him to prepare for whatever is headed their way. The same goes for you, he says to Kel and Caulifla. Follow me. Kaba enters the palace at full speed, bolting towards the king's quarters, and urges the guards that he needs to speak to King Sadala immediately. Come on, what's going on, Captain Kaba? King Sadala says as he slowly steps out of his room. I have no idea what's going on, Kaba begins, but Mr. Vegeta sent me to tell you that you must order the special forces to announce an immediate curfew and that you must join the training camp as soon as possible. Please, he finishes with a bow. King Sadala puts a comforting hand on Kaba's shoulder, calming him down and thanking him for his service and loyalty. Well, you heard that, the king says to the guards as they hop into action as well. Let's go. Outside and all over planet Sadala, the special forces are sent out, and on
Alright, next match is
simultaneous
about to
command,
begin.
we see them using their key to project what looks to be a barrier around planet Sadala to try to keep the
So we won the last match. Let's see if we can get another W.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thank you. Thank you.
Holy hell.
Bro, what was that?
Oh man. No.
Don't worry, I won't kill you just yet.
Here comes the bullshit.
Don't worry, I won't kill you just yet.
What just happened?
Barely dodged him, bro.
Flying Nimbus!
That was close.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Wait, wait,
An
wait.
ally needs your help. We don't know what danger key. Go slot it.
That guy's so...
That's a new power key. Place it now. Great. You know what to do with that key.
Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. That was lucky.
Flying Nimbus!
No!
Well, I gotta find this E key, so I'll go back this way. Where are you?
Thanks.
Get right! Get right! Get right!
Flying Nimbus!
You're done! Stay calm. You bastard!
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
I find it very suspicious that he destroyed the area and came right into the cave I was in without knowing I was in there. Very suspicious.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Hang in there!
I owe you one.
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think
So
before
far, it's not
rushing
looking
in.
good. Just me. Yeah, just me and another person level 2.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Flying Nimbus!
Get right! Get right!
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
There's nothing much I can really do. Okay, now I got my Dragon Twin back.
Bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some...
Alright, good night, Super Saiyan. I got killed.
This unwanted visitor out. This war started much earlier than expected, didn't it? King Sadala says as he, Kaba, and the guards arrive at the training camp. Well, I've clearly no idea if this is the war that's starting or not, Vegeta replies. But in any case, these guys didn't come to greet us politely. Go and join the others and motivate them by helping them, he says to the king. I trust you.
Alright, Legend.
It's at this moment, however, that their unwanted
We're just
visitors
chilling,
were
waiting for the
inside
next
of
match to
them
start.
and vice versa. Oh, Dula comments.
Unfortunately, you got
stream
stream
once
sniped.
again. What an honor. A magic barrier, Salaga questions after he sees the force field, and Dula says he'll take care of it. Amaran, however, tells them that he won't get anywhere with his magic because it's a key barrier, so he'll take care of it himself. Amaran would exit the cube and unleash a devastating blast upon the planet that single-handedly wears down on the Special Forces shield. King Sadala himself is here with his men, however, and encourages them to not give up and maintain their positions. Maybe I should go join them, Broly asks, but Vegeta tells him to stay near because he's gonna need him. It's best not to take any chances with these guys. These guys are way more interesting than those of previous universes, right Salaga? Dula says as they look on amused at the fight the Saiyans are putting up. Certainly, Salaga replies, but they nevertheless face an apparent limit. Their plan is counterproductive. As they see Vegeta, however, Salaga says that this one knows what kind of opponent he's facing already, and should rather worry about what's coming next. This is when Amaran, as Vegeta expected, will release the energy of destruction upon the Saiyans, declaring a devastating Hakai that would simply erase their attempts at protection. That's exactly what I thought, Vegeta says through gritted teeth, wary of this being a vengeful god of destruction. The Saiyans are still doing their best to keep the barrier up as much as possible, but the entrance made by Amaran is more than large enough for them to enter onto the planet. With a thunderous landing, the god of destruction of Universe 14 arrives on planet Sadala before Vegeta, Broly, and the king. As the smoke clears, Vegeta goes to greet their new guests who've made quite an impression on planet Sadala thus far. This next panel shows us all we need to know, as even the admirals are here to back up Vegeta and Broly against a threat that may very well take everything they all have against the god of destruction. To what do we owe your divine coming? Vegeta asks. Amaran completely ignores him, however, just taking note that he is incredibly strong. You're not from here, he goes on, and you've been trained by an angel. Whis, he says. This shocks Vegeta to his core, as how would this guy know that? Who are you, he asks. Amaran continues, saying that Vegeta has undergone angelic training, but his power doesn't seem like it. Oh, I see, he continues. You can change your power level. He completely ignores you, Broly comments, which of course we can all kind of see that by now. This is just some weird analysis at this point. You're a Saiyan, like the majority of the inhabitants of this planet. Your average power is relatively correct, which is rare. Vegeta is definitely beginning to get agitated though, and threatens the god of destruction. Now, don't say things you might regret, Vegeta, he finishes, and this is when the battle would finally begin, as Amaran draws his chain, wrapping it around one of Vegeta's ankles and swinging it. He snatches Vegeta towards himself and catches him with a crushing gut punch. This sends Vegeta soaring into the sky, with Amaran hot on his trail again. Broly tries to go and help Vegeta, but he's cut off by Salaga and Dula, who don't let him go a step further. As soon as they pose a threat to him, Broly begins to power up immediately, releasing ungodly amounts of ki. Amaran flies at Vegeta in the sky for a follow-up attack, but Vegeta has just enough time to transform into Super Saiyan Blue and is able to grab Amaran's arm and send him back towards the ground. Vegeta launches a barrage of ki blasts down at Amaran, but he easily deflects them all with his sickle, which Vegeta does take note of. He tries to pull up on the god of destruction for a more close-range fight, but Vegeta is almost stopped in his tracks by the almost illusionary speed of Amaran. He's able to block all attacks from all angles, and eventually Vegeta angrily grabs a hold of Amaran's mask. This is the last time I'm gonna ask you, he roars. But it's at this moment that Broly is also releasing a devastating blow as well. But Dula's magic is gonna strike once more, as we see him snap his finger and then somewhat of a portal will appear at Broly's target. "Who the hell are you?" Vegeta roars as he prepares to rip off Amaran's mask, but it will be at this moment that Broly's punch would enter the portal and exit, you guessed it, right across Vegeta's face thanks to Duelist trickery. Upon arrival at planet Sadala, we would see Vegeta barking at Kaba as he spars with Caulifla. At first glance, this just looks like it'd be a regular match, but with Vegeta watching, Kaba was sure to show us something. Now, both of these guys, Kaba and Caulifla that is, were in Super Saiyan 2 during this battle, as we can see, but there would be a jump soon. Kaba's quick thinking and combat experience would show that he definitely knows the ropes of battle, as this move he pulls off reminds me of something Goku might have done in his past, as he manipulates a ki blast around the battlefield, all for distraction for the final blow, and he definitely caught Caulifla off guard with this one. This is when Kaba does something very interesting and kind of unique though, and the entire reason I decided to make this follow-up video pretty much for him. So Kaba would pull out an entirely new technique as he spins and slams his feet into the ground, creating this enormous shockwave that just rips towards Caulifla. Her initial reaction to this was pretty eye-opening, as Kaba had created an attack that she had no clue how to stop. I mean, at one point, with no way to dodge or stop this thing, she flings her head back and then headbutts it to try and stop it from seemingly just damn near sawing her in half, and it puts a pretty good scar on her forehead. The explosion soon afterwards would solidify Kaba as the victor, as this would KO Caulifla, sending her back to her base form. Now, in the story of Dragon Ball Kakumei, we are in a time beyond that of the Tournament of Power, which holds a lot of significance and relevance to me in this battle, even if it is a short-lived match. In this match, we would see Kaba not only able to stop Caulifla in her tracks, but he also even knocks her back to her base form, winning the battle, which I personally thought was extremely impressive. Now, of course, this is a fan manga, as we all know, and is in no way connected or canon to the original series, but I still find it really sick that Kaba is able to do this to someone with the experience that Caulifla has, showing his true power deep down, and whether that power stems from himself or purely a want to make Vegeta and the King proud, Kaba is fighting for something, and as we know with Goku, the strength that comes behind that is almost endless. Now, when I say experience in regards to someone like Caulifla, I think back to, of course, the Tournament of Power once again. The battle her and Kale had with Super Saiyan God Goku sticks out to me, of course, but there's also the fusion and everything that followed that. Kefla vs Ultra Instinct Goku was one of the most insane battles Dragon Ball has ever pulled off, and the experience from that beatdown definitely had to stick with both of the sisters after the tournament was over. Kaba, however, has never battled and doesn't have that experience against an Ultra Instinct Goku, so momentarily surpassing Caulifla at this point is all thanks to his recent progression, it seems, and massively in thanks to Vegeta, of course. I think really, and I mean really soon in the Dragon Ball Kakumei story, we're going to be looking at a new, stronger Kaba, and just the main Universe 6 Saiyans as a whole, including Broly, of course, with Vegeta there training them. However, with Amaran making contact on planet Sadala in the most recent chapter, Kaba and the rest are going to have to not only prove useful to Vegeta and Broly, but also stay alive long enough to even make it to the war. As far as his new technique though, the splitting kick, what do you guys think of it? I know their score is like something crazy like 18-1 between the two, but all Kaba needs is that one win and he's gonna reverse sweep like the Warriors, I'm sure. Honestly, hopefully Kaba and the others just won't stay Super Saiyan 2s for much longer, but with Vegeta there, it honestly does look like they're on the brink of something special. Maybe even something Vegeta himself has never seen before, but of course with Broly present as well, I would think almost anything is possible. Broly squarely landing a punch on Vegeta. Doula's well-placed portal would send a punch that was meant for him originally through the dimensions, and it would exit to the defense of Amaran, clocking Vegeta. Amaran would then release a technique that sends Vegeta soaring through the skies, reeling. Release Vegeta from your technique now, Broly roars, as the other Saiyans can only stand by while Vegeta is overpowered by their new opponents. Surprising, Broly. Your past is out of the ordinary, Amaran says to him, and I congratulate you for gaining such strength in such a short amount of time. How can you know all of this, Broly says. However, Amaran would simply reply that it's because he subscribed to the channel long ago and was granted all-knowing wisdom, so you want to be all-knowing like this fella right here, then you know it must be done. It would escape Broly how this opponent has so much knowledge of them already, but his goal is the same, to defend his friends. Amaran, however, only wishes to battle Vegeta, so he orders Dula to take care of Broly and do not dare interfere in his affairs anymore. Dula would heed his request, and as Broly charges again, he opens a portal in front of him and it ejects him in front of Dula. Again, Broly says, being duped by these portals once more. This is when Vegeta would make a thunderous reappearance, however, with a searing rage that won't be tempered so easily. He's transformed, yes, but at this point he barely holds on as the damage from that last attack was so intense. Vegeta would declare, however, that if Amaran thinks that he'll be humiliated like that again, then he is barking up the wrong tree. He beckons Vegeta to come and the battle would begin, with Vegeta relishing the moment to put a god of destruction in their place. Amaran summons his chain whip and attacks Vegeta, who's able to grab hold of the chain and flies off, yanking Amaran in order to get the strongest slam of his life, and he absolutely pile drives the god into the ground. Vegeta delivers the very definition of a crushing blow to Amaran, but as we look closer, we can see that the god was able to avoid the attack just in time. He grabs Vegeta by the face and headbutts him with such force that sparks begin to fly from the center of his mask. He sends Vegeta into the air with a blow to the gut, telling him that this isn't how he's gonna get any damage done to a god. Don't try to provoke me, Vegeta says. I'm far past the age of such childishness. Amaran would disagree, however, already having full knowledge of Vegeta's pridefulness. He roars that no matter how much Amaran scans him, he'll never have access to who he truly is. Perhaps we should try something else then, Amaran declares. How might you react if I told you that one of my two sidekicks, Salaga, is already on his way to find your beloved Bulma? The utter gall would shock Vegeta to the core, leaving him speechless. No. Don't you dare play that game, you damn god of destruction, Vegeta says through gritted teeth after a momentary silence. He would power up again, but this time, Vegeta's true rage would burst through, and he would display a power that even Amaran deems worthy, saying, "Finally." But before he can even utter the praise for such a transformation, Vegeta's appeared in front of him and delivered a battle-leveraging blow. Vegeta would then go on a complete barrage, mercilessly comboing Amaran with punches and letting him know exactly who he's messed with now. I mean, to come all the way here and threaten his Saiyan brethren and even his wife is unforgivable. He would send Amaran into the ground, and then Vegeta actually charges a Gallic gun, taking it back to the DBZ days, but Amaran would easily counter this. He summons his chains again as they easily navigate the beam and then wrap around Vegeta's wrists, slicing him across the face in the process. This time, Amaran would be the one attempting to sling Vegeta around again, pulling him towards himself and returning that punch from earlier with full force. Vegeta pretty much just eats that up though, and when he turns around, he's gone into Super Saiyan Blue evolution, telling Amaran that he's honestly just grown sick of him at this point. Vegeta's power would continue to boil over and explode, but Amaran is enjoying this. A mortal with such power is unheard of. Vegeta would oblige his request to press on and dive directly into Amaran, taking a page out of Full Power Frieza's book and charges him across the landscape before crashing into a mountainside in the far distance. The struggle for dominance in this battle is unreal to say the least, as Amaran looks to just absorb all the force from this attack as well, but when he summons his chains again, Vegeta would shatter them this time and deliver an absolutely gut-wrenching blow to the top of Amaran's mask, nearly shattering it to pieces. Mr. Vegeta, I feel powerless, Kaba thinks to himself, and as strong as Broly is, the magic of this demon is wearing him down. He won't last forever. Your Majesty, with all due respect, we must intervene, he says as he approaches the king. Vegeta gives everything to protect us, and to stand by and do nothing is unbearable. We simply can't afford to lose any men before the war has even begun, King Sadala replies. I completely understand that, Kaba says, but it's Vegeta and Broly that will lose if we don't do something. As fighters who defended our universe during the tournament, I sincerely believe that Kel, Caulifla, and myself can be useful in this situation. The king would ponder this as we return to the battle and see that Broly has begun to get more serious as well. He's transformed into a Super Saiyan to combat Dula and proceeds to wail on this man probably even worse than he did to Frieza. I mean, this was a spectacle of like 8 straight panels until Broly just finally singes Dula with a mouth beam. Vegeta would then return to the skies as he overlooks the damage he'd done to Amaran. Unfortunately though, even after all of that, the god still stands and he looks extremely pleased. Amaran would burst into a maniacal laughter as joy showed in his eyes for the first time since we've been introduced to him. "Are you enjoying this?" Vegeta would rage on. "Just who the fuck are you?" "Call me Amaran," he replies. "I stand in for the god of destruction of Universe 14. "And you think that gives you the right to come and mess with us instead?" Vegeta replies. But Amaran tells him that he's only making a diversion. It certainly isn't every day that you meet a mortal who's been trained by his angel. "I'm not disappointed. And I want more," he commands. At this point, Vegeta knows that this fight is going to take everything he has, possibly even his life, so he has but mere moments to make this next move and secure some sort of victory in this. He creates a massive solar flare-like flash, blinding Amaran and then flying off. When at a relatively safe distance, Vegeta would command Kaba, Kel, and Caulifla through what seems to be telepathy unless he was just really close to them, and tells them to go find the other guy who snuck past him and is headed towards Bulma. They are to do whatever it takes to get to her before he does and protect her. Amaran isn't gonna let Vegeta get far, so he's counting on them to help. "You two will probably have to take part in this fight," Vegeta finally says to King Sadala, who honestly wouldn't love anything more than to lay down his life for his comrades. But back on the battlefield, something is suddenly seriously wrong. Broly may have been definitively beating Dula before, but now he's knocked out cold, even though he's still standing up. Dula, on the other hand, is almost unrecognizable from before, and this is what I was talking about, like, not even Frieza looked this bad. He says that he had to put this big lump of a man to sleep to finally get rid of him. "Look at my condition, I am not okay," Dula says. This is when King Sadala would finally step forward, however, with the rest of the admirals saying, "How dare you." Dula would continue to assault Broly while he's knocked out, as the other Saiyans just stand by shocked, appalled that he would attack a sleeping, defenseless warrior. Dula is shameless though, and we're gonna get into that very soon, but King Sadala's patience is wearing thinner by the second. The more Broly endures, the angrier King Sadala would get, as even the admirals begin to transform, unable to contain their own rage at this invasion
almost like
as well.
20 minutes, dog. Honestly.
Dula asked them to just wait a few minutes so he can get some rest, but something immediately stuns King Sadala to his core as he looks as if he's seen a ghost. "Well, I could just put you to sleep now and you'll fall apart like that big pile of muscle," Dula comments, but an overwhelming presence behind him shakes him to the core as well. Broly has appeared behind Dula, seemingly still asleep but in impressive control of his body and strength, as he grabs Dula by the face, who is narrowly able to escape the grasp. Dula knows immediately, however, that he has to get away from Broly as soon as possible. From his perspective, there is no beating this guy. It's certain death if he tries to fight Broly alone, but all of a sudden, Dula is frozen in his tracks. "What has that gorilla done to me now?" he asks. "I can't move." This is when we begin to see the fruits of Broly's training, as he shows that he's adapted Goku's God binding technique, restricting Dula's movement and leaving him frozen and vulnerable on the battlefield. At this moment, however, Amaran would speak telepathically to Dula, asking just what he's playing at right now, like what's the holdup. "I'm really sorry," Dula says, "but this green-clothed Saiyan is far from being like the others. I'm running out of ideas against him." "Broly," Amaran would say as he looked into the depths of his knowledge for a weakness for such a being, and he would find it. Broly would charge forth once more to certainly finish off the near-expired Dula, but when he does, this would create the opening Dula needed to create another portal. He would reach his arms through the portals, but who he retrieves on the other side would stun the battlefield and freeze everyone in their tracks. Dula has gone from ugly to just plain scum as he snatches both Chile and Limo onto the battlefield by their necks through the portals. Now, of course, Broly's entire demeanor would change after seeing this, pleading that he'll do whatever he wants as long as he just puts those two down. Dula explains that things are just too far gone at this point. I mean, look at his face. Does it look like he's trying to negotiate or be a good Samaritan right now? Don't worry, Broly, we're as tough as nails, Chile assures him.
as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
I'm grateful.
Perhaps I should have just called the Ginyu Force right from the start.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
I suppose I'll let this one live. There's no sense wasting my time with a single speck of dust. Thank you.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Man, I was hoping these guys would set that fucking E key, bro.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Holy hell. You bastard.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
You simpleton. You're clearly unaware that I've undergone a transformation.
You know how long that key was there, bro?
Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
I owe you one.
Careful now.
The ally down.
Holy hell.
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Now, let's see, shall we?
Bro, Insta Rise doesn't work when you're in the cave?
Stay calm. It's been quite some time, hasn't it?
Plus, he's not gonna do anything to us. We're his hostages. He needs us. Isn't that right, Demon? Chile prods, but I don't think Chile just heard what Dula said. He doesn't want or need hostages. He tosses Limo to the ground, and then next, he stabs Chile through the torso with a keyblade, goring her with his hand. The battlefield would freeze before simultaneous
You can't
panic
win the game by
ensues from
yourself.
everyone.
You need
King
teammates.
Sadala, the Universe 6 Saiyans, Broly,
These
even
guys took so long to set that E key.
No
I didn't want
one
him
could
to
protect
transform
Chile,
and destroy the area.
an innocent being from
So
these
I'm like, let me go
intruders
back
that
and
they were
set the key.
training so hard to defeat in the first place.
That you killed me.
They failed her. However, Broly has been pushed off the deep end with this one. And this is a point of no return that, unfortunately, due to the circumstances, I feel that Dula, Salaga, and even Amaran will soon regret in only a matter of pages. Dragon Ball Kakumei's previous chapter would leave the fighters across planet Sadala in shambles. I'm talking Vegeta, Kale, Caulifla, Kaba, and King Sadala. None of them could have imagined that the very first one to be executed would be an innocent bystander in Chile, and in such a brutal way. Right in front of Broly, who at that very moment exploded into a tirade that his aura alone sent ripples throughout Universe 6. And right when it looked like Broly was about to eclipse unrivaled Saiyan power, we get smacked with that cliffhanger. But now, right now at the top of the screen and below in the comments will be the entire Dragon Ball Kakumei story up until this video, of course, so be sure to go watch that to catch up. Be sure to go support and follow all of the creators of the Dragon Ball Kakumei fan manga, which will be linked down below in the description box, because trust me guys, as you can see, they put in a ton of work on this thing. This month, however, in chapter 16, we would find ourselves in a place that we haven't seen in months, actually. Let me introduce you all to Dragon Ball Kakumei. It's now been 5 months since Majin Buu was trapped in the Demon Realm, and around 6 since the Grand Priest froze Universe 0, as we see Majin Buu standing atop a mountain of snacks and candy. Unaware of how to get back into Universe 7 himself, he has a good time and just kinda stuffs his face with all of the food around him. This place is heaven, he bursts out saying. All of a sudden, however, this is when he notices the little robot that ported him here in the first place after the malfunction back in the surface world. It's the little thing that brought me here, Boo says as he approaches the robot, but I still don't know what it is. And where's Mr. Satan, he says with a distraught look on his face. Seems as if it's finally safe to approach you, Majin Buu, a voice says as we can see someone walking towards Buu from his 6 o'clock. When he turns around, we see a tall, slender man who very obviously resembles a demon, one who's only so scarcely evaded the wrath of a hungry Majin Buu these past couple of months. And how did this guy make it through a whole season of surviving Majin Buu? Well, he tapped in and left a like on the video, you guys already know. Who are you? You don't look like the others that I turned into candy, Majin Buu says. Archduke, the man replies, but Triguna will be more than enough for you, Majin Buu. I don't understand, Buu replies sharply, but I sense malice in you just like the others, and Mr. Satan told me to deal with all of those who seem malicious. So turn into nougat, he shrieks, as he begins to fire his candy beam at Triguna. Wait, he pleads as Buu stops and Triguna continues to approach. You're in the demon realm and...
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies.
Flying Nimbus!
Here's how to launch.
Flying
Find the
Nimbus!
power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Oh no!
Hopefully you get a W this round.
Thank you! Thank you! Anyone out there? Is anyone out there?
found a power key. Go slot it.
Thank you very much.
Flying Nimbus!
Thank you very much.
Gotta start finding some keys, bro.
Where am I?
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use
Someone
it quick.
save me! You be careful too, okay?
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Well, trapped.
That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
You're my savior.
Why did this person not fucking come set this key? What are you doing in there, bro? They're a civilian. We need one more Dragon Ball.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Whoa. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Oh man.
We just need this guy just needs one last Dragon Ball.
Oh man. Holy hell.
You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shenron at the altar.
Why did that person hit that stupid banjo fan, bro? Won the match. Good game.
No one does this to me!
I am one, of course, so it's agreed that malevolence is leaking from my aura. But you're a demon too, yet you have a good heart, don't you, he asks. That's right, Boo replies. Boo has a good heart. What do you want from me then, he asks. Triguna replies that for 5 whole months, primary demons have been trying to approach Majin Buu calmly, and Boo has just been unleashing his candy beam on them left and right to feed himself. But you seem to have transformed all of the demons in the area, if not more, he continues, so our sovereign asked me to fetch you directly, and here I am. Okay, Boo nods. You know what this is, he asks as he shows him the robot. Triguna would respond, well, I'm not a scientist, but we have a lot of people who can probably figure out the secrets of this technology. I came here with it, and I think Mr. Satan is worried, Boo tells him, so Triguna begins leading him deeper into the realm to meet their ruler. Over in Universe 6, the aftermath of a shameful mauling is underway. In a distant dwelling, we can see Hit, who seems to have brought someone else to this planet with him. Wide awake, Hit asks, this is what it costs you to have the audacity to take on someone stronger than you, Frost. I just didn't expect that, Frost replies, who we see in a rejuvenation mask and looking extremely humble. I've been reduced to this state now. You naturally return to your restricted form, probably to save yourself, and remained in a coma for 5 months. I might as well tell you that this is the last time I want to deal with you, he concludes. You brought me back here while I was being sought, Frost responds, though. You could have taken me to Sadala's Special Forces or turned me over to the Galactic Patrol, and you didn't. What a surprise. A reason, perhaps, he nudges? Do you know where we are, Frost? Hit asks. Frost would look around frantically, zipping all over the place in his little pod until finally he realizes where Hit has brought him, and his jaw drops. Hit has brought him to none other than Planet Frost 586. Curse you, he trembles. I won't hand you over to anyone, Hit tells him, because no one has hired me to do so. I don't consider myself to be worth more than you in terms of what I've done so far, so I'm not gonna hand you over to the authorities. However, you left this planet abandoned after organizing piracy scenes on its entire surface. You then made its inhabitants believe that you had saved them from their enemies who, in reality, were your own accomplices. You left the inhabitants of this planet in total misery after you realized that it wasn't worth a damn, and now they know you're here. They're just waiting for you to wake up and make you pay for everything you've done to them. Frost is stunned, and he's absolutely not in the shape to take on an entire civilization. He frantically tries to shoot Hit with a finger beam, but Hit appears behind him in the blink of an eye with such swiftness, resting both hands on Frost's shoulders calmly. You're not the only one who's consumed by a need for revenge. Do you feel that yours is more legitimate than theirs, he asks? I've already shown you that I'm stronger than you. Now, you have to show me that your speech is worthwhile. Then I'll think about it, Hit tells him. This is when Frost would remember his own words from before, when he said, "I know how it feels to be forced into a mold, which is why my kind is so persistent. I'm telling you all this because it almost sounds like you don't like your job, or even your life perhaps." All of a sudden, this is when Hit vanishes, leaving Frost to ponder his next move. "And what am I supposed to do?" Frost begins to rage. "They know I'm on their planet, fine, but do they know where I am exactly? I don't care. I'll make them all kneel before me and I'll destroy their miserable little planet as a thank you." Yeah, that's it, but by doing so, I do risk attracting the attention of the galactic authorities, and from what Hit told me, if I'm going to be getting my revenge, I have to prove to him that I can follow through on my convictions. "Well, I guess I should at least get out of this place first," he says. As we cut back to our Demon Realm in Universe 7 momentarily, we can see Majin Buu flying with Triguna. "It is an honor to be in the company
Next match
of
is
the
starting
great
about 2
Majin
minutes.
Buu," he tells him. "To see you, during these months, crush the primary species throwing themselves at you without letting the slightest trace of fatigue show was impressive." "Yeah, Buu sleeps for a few seconds and is recharged for a long time," Buu replies. "A few seconds? My." "We soon arrive at our Sovereign's Tower," Triguna declares. Buu asks if Sovereign is something that can be eaten, to which of course Triguna tells him no. Their Lord Sovereign is the ruler of the Demon Kingdom. "Oh, okay. Too bad," Buu replies. "Superior to the primary race of this world, of course," Triguna begins, "which are both Indian and artificial beings. We nobles of the Demon Realm come from the same fruit trees as the Supreme Kais. I think you've dealt with them before." Majin Buu does have his own storied history with the Supreme Kais, of course. "When we emerge, we are destined to become either Kais or Supreme Kais, but it would seem that
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how
Yeah,
to
that was
launch.
fast.
Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot
Flying
it.
Nimbus!
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
I need help! Thanks! Savior. Flying Nimbus!
That's a new power key.
Where am I?
And then he set that E key. Where he transformed into space area.
Be careful too, okay?
Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus! Flying Nimbus!
Come on, dog. One more cube.
Thanks. Flying Nimbus! Here comes the pain! The startup system for the super time is ready. Head there now! Take home.
Sacrifice.
It's over! Tim! Flying Nimbus!
Oh, I didn't even know this guy was there. Well, we just had to get the fuck out of there.
The startup system is under attack.
Take home.
Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Flying Nimbus!
Don't have no dragon change!
Down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits.
Now we're going for the
Think
supplies.
before rushing in.
Okay, I got dragon change now. Get that.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to carry.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's
Guy took too long to summon, bro.
This is bad. Somebody's down.
I will grant you a
Exercising
wish.
extreme caution if you're going to help them. I've set
Flying
the escape
Nimbus!
time machine. Use it to get out of there. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again.
machine. Use it to get out of there.
Get out of there.
After image! Flying Nimbus!
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Long to call.
That our existences as demons is related to the overall standard of living in the universe in which we're born. The more the imbalance between creation and destruction increases, the more likely it is that fruits will become corrupted, giving the rise to demon kais. I myself was born from one of these corrupted fruits, just like Deborah, the former king of demons whom you killed. Here we are, he declares as they finally arrive at the tower. Triguna says that their sovereign is at the top of this tower, but he wants Boo to go upstairs and confront their fighters before they meet. Boo would ponder this momentarily and then ask, "So if I beat them and I meet Sovereign, you'll make sure it's fixed?" he says as he presents the robot again. "I will order all scientists in this kingdom to look into this matter," Triguna responds, so Boo agrees. Now, Boo wastes no time as he suddenly just releases a powerful blast that completely swarms the inside of the tower from the ground up, surely destroying anything and everyone inside. Triguna's jaw hits the floor as he asks Boo, did he seriously have to destroy everything? Our most important fighters are now all dead. Yeah, but why doesn't this thing fall, Boo asks, as the tower still weirdly stands although crumbled to pieces from his attack. Triguna tells him that, well, gravity doesn't always have a say in this world, as Boo then flies to the top of the tower and finds his own way inside. Boo would look around but doesn't necessarily see anyone of interest around, so he continues walking. "What a joyous event to see you here today," a deep voice echoes from the chambers around him. "Good evening, Majin Buu." "Oh, hey, is that you, Sovereign?" Boo asks, completely unafraid of this ghostly silhouette emerging from the shadows. This is when a tiny dwarf man would finally come into the light, and he introduces himself as a man named Higatus. "I am indeed the absolute ruler of this place, otherwise known as the Demon Supreme Kai." "Wait, but I know you," Boo says as he points at the small man. "I know, you were Bibbidi, I think. I don't know anymore." "Very impressive," Higatus responds. "I did indeed have connections with the wizard Bibbidi several million years ago." "So he was your friend?" Boo asks, beginning to get upset. "Certainly not. Bibbidi was a selfish wizard seeking control over the entire world. He simply realized that there was some sort of unhealthy singularity in the depths
Hopefully
of the
we get a
universe.
Raider match next.
The embodiment of evil that seemed to take
It's
shape,
4
but
out of 8 players.
you were at that moment, it would seem,
Priority 6.
only a concept that fed on all of the bad energy around. My mission was to get you back and bring you here, while he would bring to life the concept that you were. It all happened exactly as he had planned, and once you'd come to life, you, Majin Buu, who, by the way, doesn't look at all like what I observed at that time, you exploded with rage and destroyed like 80% of this place, so Bibbidi took that opportunity to leave with you. And as if that wasn't enough, it was his alter ego Bobbidi who had the nerve to come back here and force corruption upon Deborah. So no, believe me or not, Bibbidi was anything but a friend to me. As Higatus finishes his speech, he notices that Boo wasn't really paying all that much attention to him anyway, as he still has some snacks to eat. Triguna would kneel before Higatus, apologizing for Majin Buu's behavior, for lack of better words. This is when he turns again to Majin Buu and says, "Look, What I'm getting at is that now that you're here and with the war on the horizon, I want you to be our hound, our ultimate weapon. So what do you say, big guy? He asks. Boo would rise back up to his feet again and then produce the robot once more to them, saying that if they fix this so he can talk to Hercule, then he has no problem helping them. Triguna would take the robot down to the labs as Higidus tells Boo that he even once knew the progenitor of these angels who sit atop everything, the mother of the angels, Kansei. And he's about 100% sure that she'll want to enlist them and all of the other demon realms of the universes, so they'd like his help to have a consistent defense in case. Again, Boo, you looked much more dangerous in your past form, but I think I know just what to exploit in you to enable you to become even stronger, he finishes. I think you're aware of your special ability, correct? The absorption technique. Back on planet Frost, we hop right on over to Universe 6 again as we see Frost trying to escape his accountability. He would come across his first inhabitant of the planet up close as he tries to make a run for it, and funnily enough, the guy weirdly resembles Hit, which kinda scares him, and me too. Hit would sit upon a cliffside somewhere in the distance, observing to see just what Frost is gonna choose. This is when he's approached by someone else who appears behind him saying, "So, here he is at last. And you're sure this guy is capable of doing anything?" she asks. Hit responds that no one can ever be sure of anything, but I'm pretty relaxed about it. Hit, we called on you because we're more or less certain that your reputation precedes you, but to bring in this man who has done us so much harm, I don't see how he can save us. We're talking about a solar flare so powerful that it will reduce all of us to ashes in a few seconds, she finishes, to which Hit just tells her to have faith. Screw it, Frost says to himself. I just gotta get out of here and head straight for space. If that stupid Hitman won't teach me anything, then I guess I'll just take revenge on my own. Too bad. Frost would launch himself into the sky as he heads for the planet's outer atmosphere, but all of a sudden, a hidden jab pierces him in the torso. In the distance, we can see that Hit has fired a warning shot at Frost, letting him know that he's still watching. I warned you, Frost, he declares. I only aimed at your kidney. Next time, it'll be your heart. I see you. I'll follow you. No matter what you try to do to get away, I will stop you. Understand? Scum, Frost utters. This man looked like you. Where the hell am I? All of a sudden, every soul in existence would freeze. A blood-curdling roar so thunderous echoes through the cosmos that both Frost and Hit are frozen to the bone from the intensity. This is so terrifyingly beautiful. So much emotion in one scene. A monstrous wave of energy could be seen traveling through the whole of Universe 6, and it is absolutely no secret where or who this originates from. No creature in this entire universe, when touched by such energy, escapes the all-consuming fear that plunges them into an abyss of unfathomable anguish. And in the blink of an eye, in the next panel, Broly's soul is damn near leaving his body with the amount of rage pouring, just erupting out of him. And wow, I just really gotta take a minute and just say great job to Poison Labo, bro. Your art is otherworldly. Over on planet Sadala, the rage of a Saiyan echoes with a deafening roar to the heart of every single life form, even light years away from that single spot, as something unequivocally dangerous has already spawned before the war has even begun. That's it, keep going, a badly beaten up Doula would exclaim as Broly's anger seems to literally burst from his skin. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, Broly has completely lost all sense of self or surrounding, it looks like, as his aura alone radiates this half of the galaxy. Dragon Ball Kakumei is back with chapter 17 much sooner than usual, guys, and according to Rinko himself, the series is now going to release twice a month instead of once, so be sure to sub here to never miss an episode and follow all of the creators. Links will be down below in the description box. Broly's rage would continue to consume him. His body looks like it can barely contain his ever-rising power. The Saiyan who had gone mad pushes shrill and immeasurable cries, and With the simple force of his voice, the scream of Broly crosses the space at a dizzying speed and strikes all of the stars on its way, even the most distant star. Its planet system goes out in a supernova, all stemming from one's pure emotions, manifesting into something unexplainable, like having not clicked the like button by now. This is unthinkable, King Sadala says, as he can only look on in horror at the sheer terror of what a simple roar from an enraged Broly resulted in for the rest of the galaxy. The sky. These hundreds of lights are caused by screams of Broly, he goes on. They aren't simple explosions either. They're supernovas, but at the sight of what was happening to Broly, a piercing flashback would intrude his memories. No. I can't afford to daydream here, he says, snapping out of it. I have to pull myself together. As Chile's lifeless body falls from the sky, King Sadala flies off to catch her and then alerts Admiral Fennel. Recover the girl and bring her expressly towards the Tuffle lab, he shouts. Perhaps it's not too late. Understood, she replies. Another Saiyan soldier named Parsa would call out to her and offer to come with. She asks if he'll be able to keep up, and upon confirming, she transforms into a Super Saiyan, tells Nemo to hop on her back, and then the four of them fly off. This is when King Sadala would turn his attention back to Broly and be both amazed and alarmed at the kind of man he had become. His face was literally tearing apart from the pure rage coursing through him, the heat of his own aggression singeing his body to a crisp. Worldbreaker Broly looked like he was seconds away from exploding like a star in the distant solar system. What happened to him, Dula asks. Why doesn't this big guy move anymore? You have absolutely no idea of the seriousness of your act, Vegeta shouts desperately, knowing what's to come. However, Amaran would quickly remind him where his attention should be lying after piercing him through the shoulder with his sight. This is when Broly would finally make his move and goes to grab Dula, or at least attempts to, surely meaning his demise if he's able to get him in his grasp. However, Dula would once again use his portal technique to redirect Broly entirely to where Admiral Ruber was located. Broly doesn't give a damn who's on the receiving end of his attacks right now though, as he grabs Ruba by the legs, drags him through the portal, and slams him face first into the ground. Broly would then continue his onslaught in a blind rage by grabbing the already unconscious Ruba by the face and throwing him into the air. Broly would then prepare a mouth beam of enormous proportions, firing wildly. This doesn't look good, Caulifla confirms. Kel, you have to go back. Broly has completely lost it. You're the only one that understands what's going on in this state. And you? Will you be okay? She responds to her in Kaba. Caulifla assures her though that this underestimation is unnecessary, with Kaba confirming that they'll settle accounts with the cowards who caused this and then meet back with her as soon as possible. They all wish each other good luck as they all transform into Super Saiyan and then head their separate ways. As Kale flies back towards the center of the chaos, she passes by Chile being escorted to safety by Admiral Fennel, and I think she maybe realizes something here but hurries as fast as she can. Even further, Broly's mouth beam is about to decimate Ruba, but he's conveniently saved by Admiral Lyric as Dula looks on watching. Skunk, the king would utter as he looks up at Dula. You knew he wouldn't just attack you, right? Dula would just shrug, but this type of anger was undoubtedly deadly to everyone here. The sin Dula had committed though is unforgivable. King Sadala would ready himself for battle, but as he looks down and sees his men in a scramble, he tells Dula that he absolutely will not let him get away with this. And? What do I care, huh? Too big, king, Dula replies. I don't take orders from anyone except the Venerable Heir, who is, by the way, taking care of your biggest asset right now, he says, as we see Amaran with his chain sickle wrapped around Vegeta's throat. Stop procrastinating and get over here, the king would reply. Dula would oblige his threat and begin creating a plethora of portals around him. Magma would then begin seeping and being transferred over from the portals Dula created, manipulating the landscape around him. King Sadala still refused to back down, however. The rest of the Saiyans would mobilize and do the best they can to buy time for King Sadala, holding off Broly as long as possible. Come on, let's protect Planet Sadala as we always have, they roar. They would approach Broly, who still embodied the flames of rage completely, and begin falling before him with relative ease. Broly would grab them by their limbs, throw them around, tanks all of their energy attacks, even at point-blank range. This mammoth, this beast of a man was no longer in control. The uncontrollable emotions and bloodlust had won, and on this day, because of Dula, Broly could be—
Alright, match is about to begin.
Make Let the carnival of terror begin. Give me the Dragon Ball. You have my thanks. Give me the Dragon Balls.
What do you mean?
If you do not have them, then I have no need for them. Give me the Dragon Balls.
What is that?
If you do not have them, then I have no need for them.
Easy level 2. Summer's done, no camping.
Is anyone out there?
Where are the Dragon Balls?
You won't get your wish.
Very well. I'll make sure you'll get
You guys haven't found no keys yet. Hey, that's my civilian I was saving. I knew I wasn't tripping. Oh shit, that scared me for a second. Oh man.
It's over!
I will not tolerate failure.
Well, a win is a win.
You're no match for me.
be the very cause of the extermination of the Saiyans of Universe 6. What the hell are you all doing? Admiral Lyric shouts as Broly's aura begins to release a smokish-like texture. Keep your distance! But it was too late. Broly's rage would reach a boiling point akin to an atomic bomb. At the point of detonation, every Saiyan within range of Broly's explosive anger would be crippled in his wake. Dozens of Saiyans blown away like specks of dust before Broly's uncontrollable rampage. But it just honestly gets worse from there. Broly would grab one Saiyan by the head and, well, I've seen balloons be harder to pop than that. This is the apex Saiyan right now, running wild. Dula would find some sick satisfaction and entertainment in what his actions have caused here today, it seems, as he says that it looks like he's settled all accounts of this so-called king, so the job here is nearly over, assuming him to be dead. However, when we turn back to King Sadala, it looks like he's had enough. The king has finally stepped forward and is prepared to lay down his very life to quell the chaos these unwanted visitors have bestowed upon them. "You fool," he says to Dula as he stands there completely unfazed somehow by the magma falling all around him and over his body. "I've been through hell and back. I haven't been afraid of the heat for a long time now," he says, with Dula finally seeming to realize that he hasn't stumbled across any ordinary Saiyans on this day. And I don't think Broly will stop at anything until everything around him is destroyed. Twice a month, absolutely fire, but I swear to you, this new schedule for Dragon Ball Kakumei, it sneaks up on you. Like, even right now, this isn't my usual video attire. I'm supposed to be at the gym. In the previous chapter, we saw Berserker Broly continuing his rampage against pretty much everyone in Universe 6 at this point after the death of Chile at the hands of Dula. Eventually, his Universe 6 counterpart, Kale, would arrive on the scene, but even after a short moment of intimacy between their two psyches, not even she was able to calm this man down. That's a committed nigga right there. I mean, me personally, I've never seen a Super Saiyan cheat on their girl. I don't know about you. But at the very least, it looks like King Sadala himself is finally ready to join the battle and fight alongside his Saiyan brethren. But more disaster is right around the corner, as you'll see here yourself soon enough. Berserker Broly was problematic enough, but this wasn't the only dilemma Vegeta had on his mind after that earlier threat from Amaran. As a never-ending rampage terrorizes Universe 6, Chile's life still hangs in the balance as Admiral Fennel races against the clock to get her back to Bulma. So I see a ton of you guys caught up and are coming back from our 3-hour-long Kakumei video a lot, so I want to remind you guys to support the official creators of Dragon Ball Kakumei by following all of them. All of their links will be down below in the description box and pinned in the comments. And while you're at it, you might as well hit the like button too. It takes like an extra half second, but without
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Someone! Someone! Thanks!
Savior.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great! You know what to do with that key. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Someone had a power
Place
key
it
there.
now.
Oh, no, the keys. Just have to go plant them.
Flying Nimbus!
That person's getting body cam.
Are you here to save me? Flying Nimbus!
I did my part.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Oh no. Thank you very much.
Straight jumping. Let's go. Whoop his ass.
This can't be.
Without further ado, let's hop right into Dragon Ball Kakumei Chapter 19. Admiral Fennel along with Limo are moving as fast as they can towards the others stationed back at the Tuffle factory in Universe 6. Chile is still barely clinging to life after that sneak attack from Dula that sent Broly spiraling into a rampage, but soon enough, they would arrive at their destination. Admiral Fennel, Kaba remarks as he notices them rushing in the front door. Chile, what happened? Be careful, Fennel replies. She is in an extremely unstable state. Doctors, you have to do something. This is when Bulma bursts into the room asking what on earth happened to Chile. One of those demons really wanted to enrage Broly and, well, he succeeded unfortunately, Fennel says, as she places Chile on a table nearby. They then get straight to work on getting Chile back into stable condition. Later on, however, it doesn't seem like she's improved too much. She's in critical condition, Bulma says, but she is still with us. Let's be optimistic at least. We didn't see this coming at all, Fennel replies. That monster got what he wanted, and here we are in this situation. It kind of seems like everyone is putting at least a little bit of the blame on themselves for what happened to Chile, but the blame truly only belongs to one person. If only we could have been there to stop him, Caulifla says saddened. Kaba reassures her though that Vegeta specifically asked them to protect Bulma, so they couldn't have been there to change anything. Oh, speaking of, Bulma asserts, I haven't seen a trace of any demons around here. Admiral Fennel would confirm that Salaga actually left long before them though, so it amazes her that he hasn't arrived yet. Though to me personally, it's more suspicious than anything. Maybe he decided to back out once he saw he was being chased, Caulifla mentions, but Kaba doesn't think so. It seems to me that that's very unlikely considering what they've shown to be capable of up until now, he replies. Alright, I went around the entire building and isolated all of the at-risk people. The building is now almost empty, a young man named Parsa says to Bulma as he then enters the room. Thank you, Bulma replies. She then goes on to question him a little more because, as I said prior, it's probably a bit more suspicious than amazing that there's been absolutely no sign of Salaga here yet. Parsa, you didn't feel any evil presence where you went by any chance, did you? She asks. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess, no. I have no idea where Parsa begins, but all of a sudden he finds himself in what seems to be another realm entirely, or maybe just an illusion playing tricks on him. What the, he begins, but this is when another being from in the shadows, who is very self-aware mind you, says, so your name is Parsa, is it? You may not be remembered after this, but you will at least be recognized as my first victim here, Salaga says as he finally emerges from the shadows, but still undetectable by the naked eye thanks to his spell. What is it? Can't you move? He says, mocking the stunned warrior, and if it wasn't clear before, he has now obviously been put under some type of genjutsu spell something. It's rude. I've come to you in this case, Salaga says as he approaches Parsa. I am only an executor. The venerable heir ordered me to take care of this Bulma, and you are but an obstacle. The concern being that once I've taken care of you, the others will be alerted of my presence anyway. I had to act sooner or later, so let me tell you that I will be indebted to you until the day that we meet in the afterlife, Salaga says as the next thing we see, he's impaled Parsa directly through the torso with his bare hand on some Dr. Gero shit, gouging him through and through. Parsa would drop dead in the middle of the lab, but there was still no clear sign of Salaga anywhere. Kaba and Caulifla ready themselves for an enemy that they can't even see at the moment. So this stupid scum finally decided to show themselves, Caulifla says, getting fired up. We have to immediately move from here, Kaba declares. He's after Bulma, not Chile. You're right, Admiral Fennel says, as she then grabs hold of Bulma, and then the three relocate to a little more suitable area for whenever Salaga makes his next move. Back with the main group of Tuffles, it seems like the evacuation was a success for the most part, as everyone is being rounded up and accounted for. Your father seems really committed, Rapini says to her son Peppino. Anyway, I sincerely hope Bulma's doing well. I don't see her with us anywhere. I'm starting to get a little worried. When she says this, however, all of a sudden Peppino jumps up and launches himself over the crowd. As Kaba and Caulifla finally meet back up, he asks her if she's seen anything weird yet, but as she begins to answer no, a blood-curdling grunt roars across the room. No, Bulma stutters as she points towards Fennel. Salaga was currently doing his best to try to immobilize the Admiral as well. This bastard's doing the same thing to the Admiral as he did to Parsa, Kaba declares. We have to stop him now. Inside this weird rip-off Tsukuyomi though, Fennel would awaken with Salaga already preparing to land the kill shot, saying, "Wake up. Can you see me now?" Good, you'll be my second victim. Congratulations, he says, as he gets ready to stab her straight through the torso as well until Caulifla would land a decisive punch to the Admiral that snaps her out of this paralyzing spell. Nice work, Caulifla, she says, with her head definitely ringing after that one, but at least it worked and she's not dead like Parsa. Salaga, on the other hand, begins to sneakily reposition himself where Bulma is, as his spell has been broken now. However, this is nowhere near the only trick he came here today prepared with. How did you know? Salaga sincerely asked him, as even through this panic, they were able to make a calm and calculated decision like that. I know enchanters like you, Fennel declares. The worst that can happen to us is that they hypnotize us and make us powerless to move for a while. Therefore, I already went ahead and warned all of my comrades beforehand that we must be careful to always stay together to react to if one of us is caught, she says. Excellent job, Caulifla. You knew exactly how to take advantage of Admiral Ruba's teachings. You had to act quickly while also thinking about how to parry spells of this nature. I guess it's true, Caulifla replies. That big fatty did teach me quite a few things. I simply acted in the best way possible at the time, thinking that maybe a strong enough shot could break the spell. While that may sound ridiculous, it worked. But while these three continue to suck themselves off over there, Salaga is in a much better position than them, as he says that such powerful magic is bound to have backlash indeed. But here I am, exactly where I wanted to be, in perfect position to finish off Bulma, as another shocking chapter of Dragon Ball Kakumei comes to an end, with Bulma of all people possibly meeting her end next. And if that happens, I can't imagine the mayhem, the pandemonium on planet Sadala. Hopefully, for the love of God though, Kaba and Caulifla have this covered, but I guess we're gonna have to wait until April 26th for chapter 20 of Dragon Ball Kakumei. Make sure you're subscribed, have those notifications on, and if you want to go above and beyond at any point, consider becoming a member as well, because I do like those. Love you guys, peace. It's been a while since we looked back on Dragon Ball Kakumei, but chapter 20 of the greatest fan manga of our time is finally here, and there's a lot going on, so drop a like and don't forget to subscribe for more Dragon Ball content, and let's hop right in. When we last left off in Dragon Ball Kakumei, Bulma has been cornered by Salaga at the orders of Amaran, and now he's separated her from the others. He reaches out his hand to her, but before Salaga can do anything, an energy beam pierces through his head. Kaba warns Salaga don't dare touch Bulma as he flies in already in Super Saiyan 2. Unfortunately, this attack did nothing to Salaga and his wound is already gone. Didn't Kaba's attack do anything to him? It pierced his skull, Caulifla says to herself, but Salaga warns them that he has more than one trick up his sleeve, and then turns his attention back to Bulma. All of a sudden, he's sent backwards by some kind of air thrust wave attack as another person has arrived to the battle. Pepino, the Saiyan Tuffle hybrid of Universe 6, appears to protect Bulma as well, only to turn around and get blasted by Salaga right through the stomach. Well, while Pepino lays on the ground dead, Kaba and Caulifla power up angrily and try to attack Salaga from a blind spot, but he raises his hand and punches them both without so much as moving from the spot he stands on. I'm done playing, he tells them. But when we take another look at Pepino, a robotic voice states that the restructuring process is commencing. Even Salaga is shocked as Pepino rises again, completely healed, saying that not even they expected that to happen. Being near death has brought Pepino to a new level of strength. Those Saiyan genes are kind of working overtime right now. So you were into magic too, Salaga asks. Fascinating. Although Pepino states that they don't believe in that crap. You're in the land of the highest technology in Universe 6, and I'm gonna prove your tricks don't work on me. The man who has no imagination has no wings, Salaga tells Pepino, who still isn't buying it. Pepino tells the others to get Bulma out of here before clashing with Salaga in the middle of the room. The Saiyans grab up Bulma and fly off, but Salaga is through with the games. He grabs Pepino and tosses the Tuffle into the sky straight through the ceiling. As soon as Pepino stops their momentum though, Salaga appears overhead, charging up another attack, daring Pepino to try and stop this with their technology. As the explosion goes off, the Saiyans turn around and Caulifla even asks if they really think a Tuffle can get the better of this guy. Back at the battle though, Pepino realizes that Salaga has been holding back a massive amount and asks why. If he was able to just destroy—
we're about to play the next match. Give me a second.
If you're still watching, appreciate it.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
I'm not even gonna waste my Nimbus going over there.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
After this, I might do one more match.
Please save me.
Again, sick of playing against Broly.
You have my thanks.
He should be working.
Flying Nimbus.
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Try to get to see in this this A key real quick.
Hell, I need your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Great. You know what to do with that key.
Well, maybe I need to go the other way because I'm not
That's a
playing
new
it.
power key.
Well,
Place
we
it
found all the
now.
keys, so fuck it. We should start planning them. I'm gonna go try to plant this A key.
Holy hell.
Flying Nimbus. Oh man.
Got it there.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Unfortunately, we only have 3 Dragon Balls. 4.
Flying
Let me grab this radar and see if I can grab the rest. Rock down there.
Holy hell.
Oh man.
Pretty sure Broly doesn't have any.
Holy hell. Oh man.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shenron at the altar.
Holy hell.
Someone has all the Dragon Balls.
Holy hell.
Understood.
Wonder if he got hit. Nah, he didn't.
Here comes the pain.
Yo, melee him, bro. What's going on in level 4? Oh my god, what a race he is, bro. I think we're still gonna win. I don't know what these guys are doing. Gold on time machine, brother. Don't save him. Oh, on the time machine. Oh, on the time machine. What's this guy doing? There you go. Holy. Got the W. Okay.
For this whole area with one simple attack. Salaga explains that his mission is Bulma and Bulma only. He was ordered not to harm any other life. The Saiyans are merely just obstacles in his way, prolonging things. All of a sudden, Peppino takes this opportunity and catches Salaga off guard, appearing behind him and puts him in a headlock. The Peppino on the ground was just a hologram this whole time. They nosedive towards the ground primary Lotus style, but it seems Salaga was just an illusion this whole time as well. He turns the tables and appears behind and grabs Peppino by the neck. "You seem indestructible," Peppino shouts. "You leave me no choice." All of a sudden, Peppino summons a whirlwind somehow and breaks free of Salaga's grasp, showing a new advancement in the Tuffle technology, turning their arms into some sort of super weapon. Peppino goes on to explain how growing up amongst the Saiyans of Universe 6 made them feel weak and inadequate. But the brilliance of the Tuffle shone through, and Peppino chose to lean completely into their intellectuality. "I've worked for years to compensate for this natural gap in strength, and I finally found an alternative. Let me introduce you to my masterpiece," Peppino says, as they unleash their most devastating attack on Salaga. I hope you guys are excited to travel back to Universe 7 after all this time, because a lot has happened. Back on planet Lestia, Whis looks more than pleased at the results he's seeing. It's been several months since Goten and Trunks began the second stage of their training, and the results are undeniable. It's with a strong will and strong desire to become even stronger that the sons of Goku and Vegeta have finally risen to the rank of God Ki. Super Saiyan God Goten and Trunks have finally been born. In only a few months, they've done it. I sincerely congratulate the two of you on your progress over the last few months, Whis says. Your power is nothing like what you had when you left Earth. In addition, you came close to death on each of your 9 attempts. Had you tried one more time, you'd be dead for sure, no matter your training beforehand. This stuns the two boys, but the risk was surely worth the reward for all their treacherous work. Trunks begins to realize just how much blood, sweat, and tears his father put into achieving such a state. Congratulating themselves for achieving such a feat is much deserved, but now they want to go join Vegeta in Universe 6 and fight alongside the rest of the Saiyans. They start making all sorts of plans, but little do they know their training is far from over. Whis continues to walk forward and then asks them, "So are you ready for your final test?" Wait, wasn't the Super Saiyan God the final step? This is when a giant door all of a sudden appears in front of them, and it looks like they've been taken to another dimension altogether. "Why are we here, Whis?" they ask. Whis explains that it's been just over 6 months since the Grand Priest's announcement. You now possess God Ki and have developed the Super Saiyan God form. However, at your current strength, you wouldn't last a day in the war coming. Wait, are the gods that threaten us really that powerful, Goten asks? Whis replies that since they weren't present during the battle against Zamasu or even the Tournament of Power, their view of reality is...
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys.
I see shit.
Place them in the right spots. You found a
Whoops.
power key.
Sorry, I was trying to go for this.
Anyone out there? You're my savior.
That's a new power key. Place it now. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Look for this A key. This A key is the hardest key to find, bro. Yo, what's up? Doc Pimp?
Oh, come on! Give me a freaking break.
Okay. You got rid of that A key. That one's the most annoying key to find anyways.
Now I need your help.
Take him.
Camp in the body, bro.
Danger awaits. Think before rushing in. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Flying Nimbus!
Not looking good for us, guys. It's not looking good at all. You can't even save them because you're just gonna keep body camping them.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Holy hell. Oh, man.
Oh, where to run to?
Stay calm. Stay calm.
I gotta miss the death ball though.
Not looking too good, guys.
That's fun.
You're good to go. Flying Nimbus.
We have 2 level 0s. Majin Buu's about to turn level 3.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Welcome. Close.
This key could be in the water.
Hey, great!
Someone found
You
it.
found another power key. Use it quick. Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Flying Nimbus.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Stay calm. Here comes our base.
System's destroyed. The escape time machine is almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Flying Ninja.
Use it to get out of there.
Let's go.
The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a
Everyone
beacon,
left.
you can call it again.
Flying Nimbus.
I've sent the escape
Come
time
on.
machine. Use it to get out of there.
Unfortunately, like we also, I don't know. This was just a bad match. Yeah, it was like-
Yeah, we had 2 level 0s. I was just about to say. We had 2 level 0s, bro.
those guys took way too long to level up.
Skewed to say the
everyone
least.
left at a time. Everyone
You
left.
two have
No one
no
went to the time
idea how
machine. I went
powerful
to the
your
time machine
coming
and then
opponents will be.
he destroyed
Everything should turn out okay though, right? Trunks says. I mean, we have my dad, Majin Buu,
It's all good.
Piccolo, Gohan, 17, and even that Jiren guy my dad told me about will be there. But Whis puts things into such a perspective that it stuns them to the core. I estimate it would be quite a feat for Lord Beerus to emerge alive from this, Whis says. Inferiority quickly overcomes Goten and Trunks as they realize if Lord Beerus is fighting an uphill battle, then what chance do they have? 6 months ago, you were just average fighters for Universe 7. Now that you've tamed God Key, it's just the beginning of the real thing. I brought you to this place because it's where I've done the majority of my training since my existence began. This place can be likened to what you would call the hyperbolic time chamber, it says. This is a dimension only accessible to those with God Key, into which I can take you at will. Only 2 people at a time besides myself can stay, so I opted for this as your final preparation. 4 hours in here will equate to 1 hour on Earth. This way, instead of a year and a half, you'll have an extra 6 years in which to train.
Gotta
get ready.
Retro Pack 2.
As this next test won't be anything like the last.
2025.
6 years is a long time, though. Goten and Trunks can't even imagine being in their 20s when they come out.
Try to get that
Exodia. You too have a part to play in the coming conflict, he says to them. You have the fate of your family and friends in your hands. Prove to me that I wasn't wrong to take you on as students. Goten and Trunks step forward, accepting the challenge, but for this last test, for them to ascend, they must achieve what their fathers could not. Hit him. The boys are shocked at their last test, but Whis assures them that they must surpass themselves and become the ones to save Goku and the multiverse. The takeover of the next generation begins now, as Goten and Trunks are guaranteed to surprise everyone when they do finally arrive at that battlefield. Ball Kakumei is finally back after a pretty long hiatus, but we're picking up right where we left off, and you aren't going to want to miss this one, so be sure to leave a like on the video, share the video, and subscribe for more. And if you guys want to support the original creators of Dragon Ball Kakumei, all of those guys' links will be down below in the description and in the pinned comment. As we pick up in chapter 21, Cabba, Caulifla, and Admiral Fennel are taking Bulma to safety. Excuse me, but can we stop for a moment, Bulma asks. I think we've gone far enough to talk to you guys about something. Alright, Captain Cabba, Caulifla, we're landing, but stay alert, he says to them. They land on a plot of land down below when Bulma goes on to explain to them that she took extra precautions for a situation just like this. She shows them the Hoi Poi capsules that her family's enterprise is known for. Cabba seems to know a lot about these capsules and how they can be used to transport large objects, but Bulma explains to them that the one weakness is that they can't contain living beings. Wonder how they tested that one. What's your point, Caulifla interjects, to which Bulma just smirks and activates the capsule in her hand. Well, thanks to the help of the Tuffle researchers, I've solved the problem, she says, as the capsule reveals a large residential type structure. The living organism simply climbs into this cabin, and the Hoi Poi capsules take care of producing this new device, and the atoms of the living body follow suit. And there's more, she goes on. Here's a reproduction of the Scouters that the Saiyans of my universe used to wear, she says, as she presents a briefcase with redesigned Scouters for them. Put one to your ear and you'll be able to keep in touch with me once I'm in the capsule, Bulma says, as Caulifla puts one on, and Bulma has one on as well. Good. I wish you all good luck, and I can't thank you enough for what you're doing for me, she says. She gets inside the cabin, and the capsule shrinks back to miniature size as Cabba goes to keep it secure, and once he does that, Bulma comes screeching through the speaker in his ear, causing him to fall, but he's able to hear her loud and clear. It's like a luxury hotel in here, Bulma says, enjoying this mission a little too much probably. I'm completely undetectable, by the way, she tells them, so take care of yourselves, and if I have any ideas or requests, I'll let you guys know. Alright, Miss Bulma, we'll do our best, Cabba says. Even Caulifla seems to be warming up to Bulma a bit as she says that she's nothing like Vegeta. She has too much class. Now, all we have to do is decide on who will be in charge of Mrs. Bulma's protection, Cabba says, to which Caulifla makes fun of him for being so formal with Universe 7 all the time.
Feel like another W. Last match was trash.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. They're not in their right mind. Just leave them to me, okay?
Flying Nimbus!
You found a power key. Go slot it.
You're feeding them on. Oh shit.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Bro, I can't find one key.
Hey, great! You found another power key.
Found the key though.
I'm putting you out of your misery right now.
Oh no! I'm scared.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Could be trouble.
Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution
This
if
is
you're
not
going
good, guys.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
I got KO'd.
Your beanpole skills suit you perfectly, my little Kaba, so we'll leave you in charge of her protection, and if you succeed, at least you'll be able to rise in your idol's esteem. You sure know how to talk to me, Kaba replies. Well, what she's trying to say, Admiral Fennel interjects, is that she has full confidence in you and thinks you're the best person while protecting your own. She doesn't put it like that, but she likes you. Mind your business, Caulifla says while blushing. Kaba proposes that he, Kel, and Caulifla all get back to training together once this is all over, and as they prepare to set out, Caulifla tells Kaba that he better not die, and likewise to her from him. I'll get Bulma to safety. For the rest, I'm counting on you, he says to her. And this is when Bulma cuts in again, though, and tells them that the whole reason for her traveling like this is so they don't have to worry about her safety. She tells Kaba to go all out, and if anything still happens to her, even while she's in this miniature form, then that's just the way it goes. Well, Kaba, the girls ask him. Now what will you do? That means I can't afford to make mistakes, Kaba says, getting serious now. He and Caulifla transform into Super Saiyan 2 before setting off. Back at the battle between Vegeta and Amaran, Amaran is analyzing Vegeta very carefully and makes an acute observation. You have more strength than you're allowed in this blue form, don't you, he asks. Vegeta says nothing. If, unfortunately, I'm wrong, that would be absolutely deplorable. It would be obvious that Bulma couldn't even hope to survive to the end of the day, he says with a hideous smirk. I won't pay any more attention to your pitiful provocations, Moonface, Vegeta says sternly. I know these young people inside out, and I know they won't fail. However, you're a little too prone to opening your big mouth for a god of destruction. Let's let our fists finish this conversation, shall we, he asks. It's at this moment, though, that Vegeta finally realizes something crucial. Bulma. What? What happened? Her ki just disappeared. Why can't I feel it anymore? He thinks to himself, panicking. Vegeta's entire demeanor shifts after this, and his ki becomes malicious as he regrets not being there to protect his wife himself. Oh, I think you noticed the same thing I did, Amaran says with the same hideous smirk. Vegeta is still silent. Here we are at last, Amaran mocks. Vegeta would charge forth in a fit of absolute rage, completely riled by the apparent death of Bulma. But Amaran is honestly enjoying the fight at this moment, as he even stated he wishes it could last forever. Large quantities of ki are being extinguished all over the world, King Sadala says, as he faces off against Dula still. First my soldiers in Broly's attack, then Parsa, and now Vegeta's wife, he says, clenching his fist. Then the cleaning is effective, Dula responds. I should have joined the fight as soon as you set foot on our land, King Sadala says. By refusing to act quickly, I condemned children, citizens, and soldiers of Sadala to death. Those are some pretty big words for someone who hasn't managed to touch me once, Dula says, laughing. All of a sudden, a few more of his teeth managed to get knocked out, so right now he isn't working with much. King Sadala lands another vicious blow to the gut, causing Dula to curse him, but when he looks up, King Sadala is holding what appears to be a battle axe formulated from ki, holding it over his head like Thor's hammer, and in one simple swing, he severs Dula's arm. Dula begins to panic, looking for some way out of this, but King Sadala is already preparing to wipe him from existence with this next attack, so he asks, if you demons live so peacefully in darkness, then why do you take such pleasure in feasting upon our light? Nothing we can do about it. It's just the way we are, Dula responds. Us demons, born from chaos. All of a sudden, Dula's severed arm comes bursting through the torso of King Sadala as he wonders just how can this be? Was there a portal he wasn't aware of? King Sadala is no pushover though. He summons a monstrous amount of energy in his hand and places it to his torso where that wound is located. What? Doesn't this guy feel pain, Dula says, shocked as King Sadala is barely struggling to move with an entire hole through his body right now. As he finishes, it seems like the hole has been shut and healed for the most part, as King Sadala definitely expended a lot of power to do such a thing, but he's honestly been holding back this entire battle as he lets Dula know that now the time has come.
He's about to go Super Saiyan
and mash everybody up, I think.
Enormous proportions.
So before he didn't like the Super Saiyan form.
King Sadala would finally reveal his very own Super Saiyan form.
Ah, yeah, you can go.
Back at the fight between Peppino and Salaga, Peppino seems to be landing some pretty solid attacks.
I was hoping him and Vegeta was
going to
fight seriously,
secret
but
technique.
they didn't.
How can you do so much damage when I feel almost no threatening ki from you, Salaga asks. Damn Saiyan. You're wrong. I'm neither a Saiyan nor a Tuffle. I'm just a child from planet Sadala. Salaga is no longer amused at this response though. The time for words has long passed, he says. Peppino readies their next attack, but Salaga pierces them straight through the stomach, ending this battle instantly. However, Salaga isn't the only one who has a few tricks up their sleeve. Peppino would appear behind Salaga again all of a sudden and delivers a drive impact directly to his back and sends him flying. Another hologram, Salaga says after being planted into a wall. Yet, this one gives off heat, a smell. Exactly what kind of technology is this, he asks.
Should begin in about 2 minutes.
You seem to place a great deal of importance on rationalizing things for a magician, Peppino replies. Oh, I'm sure I'll learn a lot from you, Peppino, Salaga responds with a wicked grin. But you can duplicate yourself as much as you like, he continues. It's your corpse that will end up on the floor. Peppino delivers another vicious attack on Salaga, this time alongside the hologram. I think I finally understood, Salaga says after that last attack. Certainly his technique does me no small amount of damage, but as for all his other physical characteristics, speed, stamina, and even agility are all the same. All I should need to do is, but this is when Peppino interrupts and asks, what have you finally understood? That all this is pointless? My swirling force isn't even up to full speed yet. All I need now is a single blow to finish you off. This is when Salaga takes to the skies though and gets a manic look in his eyes. Peppino assumes that this is some sort of retreat, but Salaga begins manifesting a massive attack, and in one fell swoop, Salaga uses this technique to one-shot Peppino, who had no idea what was even hitting him. What was that, Peppino demands as he struggles to get back up. However, his body continues to restructure. Anti-space punch, Salaga replies, or as I like to call this, high-level magic. As you may have gathered already, it consists in being able to hit any obstacle closest to the direction of your shot and no longer takes into account the space between them. The result is an instant impact.
Send you to your grave. A monster. No, I'm the devil himself. Kakarot!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
I just had to bring him over here, bro.
Holy hell.
Going this way.
That's a new power key. Place it now. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Take on. Oh man.
Flying Nimbus!
Okay, stay calm.
Needed that. Excuse me.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
You know what to do with that key.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're
Use
going to
that
help
key,
them.
this key, and that key. Not really smart to go plant that key right now.
Here comes a pain! Hell Flash! You bastard!
I find it very suspicious he knew I was in this cave.
Then you're done.
Very suspicious.
Nah,
Don't try that key sense now, brother.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
I owe you one!
you stole my Jing twice now.
Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Flying Nimbus!
The super transfer is headed your way. Take it now.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Bro,
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
trying to break those boxes to get the Dragon Ball.
Step forward, and I will send you to your grave.
So, ready for round two? He asks, smirking. Soliga then releases a flurry of anti-space punches that send Peppino flying and put humongous strain on his body's restructuring process trying to heal. And now for the highlight of the show, Salaga says as he goes in for the final blow. But all of a sudden, a powerful punch blindsides Salaga and sends him flying. Oh good, you're back. You make my job so much easier, Salaga comments, smiling as Kaba, Caulifla, and Admiral Fennel finally arrive back at the battlefield. You've done more than enough harm. Time to settle this right here and now,
Probably
Kaba
play one
says,
more.
as Chapter 21 of Dragon Ball Kakumei
We've been streaming for almost 3 hours.
And this manga's finished.
Dragon Ball Kakumei. It's been a while, but we are finally back in Chapter 22. Last time, if you guys remember, we left off on Bulma giving updated scouters to the Universe 6 Saiyans, and then she herself would hop into one of the capsules she specifically manufactured to hold living beings. This would make sure that she could stay near and communicate with Kaba and Caulifla and Admiral Fennel without being detected. With Bulma secure, the Saiyans can now fight at full power without worrying about her safety. Back at the fight with Amaran, the new god of destruction of Universe 14, he warns Vegeta that if he doesn't expose his true power now, if he even has more, then Bulma has no hope of even living until the end of the day. Vegeta assures him, however, that this battle will end in this next clash, but all of a sudden, they both notice it. Bulma's key has vanished, and without knowledge of the new capsule, Vegeta and Amaran for that matter assume she's finally been killed. This sends Vegeta into an absolute frenzy, which is just what Amaran wanted, but he may have awakened a true beast within Vegeta at this point. King Sadala has also foregone his prior opinion on transformations. Instead of mulling around with these intruders, he finally takes on his Super Saiyan form as well. And speaking of, I need y'all to pull a Zenkai on that like button. Let's try to get at least 99 likes on the video. I like that number today for some reason. Be sure to follow the creators of Dragon Ball Kakumei. All of them will be linked down below as always. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Kaba, Caulifla, and Admiral Fennel are able to retrieve Peppino before it's too late, as Kaba confirms if he's alright. His body is severely damaged, Fennel says. I'm gonna send him urgently to Tuffle's lab. We'll take care of this, don't worry, Caulifla roars. But this is when Peppino's weak voice speaks up, telling Admiral Fennel not to worry about him because he has already taken care of everything. Who is he, Fennel asks. All of a sudden, some artificial life form begins to emerge from Peppino's back. His name is Kabia, Peppino responds. He was created by my father sometime before I was born. Since then, he's been with me everywhere and evolved directly in my body. What interesting technology, Fennel comments, to which Peppino replies that he's pretty proud of it. All of a sudden, both Kaba and Caulifla are smacked by a vicious attack. 2 good slaps to the face to get you back in the fight, Salaga laughs, as he extends some sort of astral attack that slaps them both. Super Saiyan 3 Caulifla has yet to show her true power though, and if it's anything like what we saw in the Tournament of Power, this won't be easy for them nor Salaga. She charges in to throw a punch, but he easily catches it and blocks the rest of her combo. When Kaba tries to attack his blind spot, Salaga of course sees this coming, but his confidence may be misplaced, as this is just how Caulifla wanted this to play out. She headbutts him, taking a page out of the Sun Family Dojo, which stuns Salaga long enough for Kaba's attack to land. Although this was pretty ineffective on Salaga, the smoke was enough of a distraction for Admiral Fennel to come from his blind spot and land another distracting attack. At this point, Salaga is just getting jumped because Peppino is back in here as well, and he just gets hit from every angle as soon as he turns to someone. Kaba and Caulifla fire off 2 of their signature moves looking to sandwich Salaga in between, but he repels everyone's attacks off of him, calling them insects. Peppino appears in front of Salaga, prepared to finish him off, but his haste may cost him. When we look to see if his attack landed, it's actually Peppino who's been pierced through the torso by Salaga. He tries to grab Salaga's arm, but Salaga tries to slice Peppino from the inside. This is when he notices Peppino's regenerative ability and just how strong it is, as he regenerates at almost the same speed he's slicing him at. With keeping his arm contained long enough, Peppino is able to regenerate his skin around Salaga's limb, which secures his arm pretty solidly to Peppino. When he starts spinning again, he's actually able to rip off Salaga's arm, which finally releases him from Peppino's grasp. Fennel starts shooting at Salaga as his body tumbles across the battlefield, but it's fairly clear that he still has a lot left in the tank. Kaba and Caulifla fly in for the finishing blow with all the strength they can muster up, but Salaga is a lot stronger and a lot more perceptive than we may have given him credit for. He stops them both mid-flight, grabbing them by their necks, using his magic as an extension for his other arm. This is when the worst-case scenario unfolds. As Salaga snatches both the Saiyans out of the air, the capsule containing Bulma slips out of his belt and wouldn't be missed by Salaga's perceptive eye. Their hearts beat abnormally fast and fixated on this capsule immediately. Salaga thinks to himself, "Oh, I see now." Caulifla tries to keep fighting, but in the next moment, she's completely burnt out by overuse of her Super Saiyan 3 form, Kappa confirming. Salaga tosses her aside and using the phone, obtains the capsule where Bulma was hiding.